Hey guys, want to take a look at one of our favorite projects here, Stacks, STX. Now, basically, if you look at Stacks, it's broken market structure. This low is lower than, this um, area here. It's also lower than this area here. Now, we did find support basically on the top of that Fibonacci right there, which is a good thing. And we haven't gone lower since the 13th of April. That's good. But now we're going to have to fight and get above about this 256, 257 area. And keep in mind, this is the daily time frame. Now, the RSI is quite low right now. And the Stoke RSI also extremely low on the daily. Now, let's put this on the weekly, by the way, real quick. Now, you can see these are still going to the downside, which is not good. But, of course, I think the Stoke RSI has pretty much bottomed out. And the RSI, now, I mean, it can go, it can make a turn to go up again, of course. But it doesn't look promising. It still looks like it's pointed pretty heavily to the downside. The 4-hour chart looks like it's in overbought territory on the Stoke RSI. Now, just on the RSI here, that's pretty low. I would say, in the 40s. That's not bad. It has, a lot of room to grow. On the hourly, looks like it's overbought on the Stoke RSI. Now the RSI here, it's still has room to grow really, and so anyways, that's how those indicators look. Let me get rid of these indicators so we can see stacks on a little bit bigger scale here. Now, like I said, we have to break above 257 basically. You can see this was resistance, this Fibonacci here. Let me put this on the 4-hour time frame. And yeah, I mean, we've just been really on a downtrend for 10 days, really. And if I draw a trend line, let's just draw a trend line straight down here. Now, on the 4-hour chart, this is probably what it looks like. I don't think I want to connect this here. Yeah, I mean, you could make an argument that I should connect it here because there's a point here sticking out. Yeah, you can also make an argument that I can also move this trend line here, for example. And yeah, we broke out a long time ago. We got support. But I would rather put this trend line right here. And I do believe if we can break this at about 246, we'll probably see 257 right after. After that, if we look at this on the daily, the biggest resistance is probably, well, about 265. Yeah, you can see, let me draw a line here. And you can see that there's a lot of resistance here. And there's also support here. There's also support here. We got a big bounce here. So that's your next 3 levels that, Stacks really needs to clear. But yeah, let's go back to this 4-hour chart. So yeah, basically, if we're going to break this trend line, it needs to break at about 246, 247. Then 256, 257, and then $2.65. If we can break $2.65, I'm not going to get into, too much detail because it's still quite a ways away, really, I believe. But yeah, I do think we can see, up to about 320 relatively quickly because there isn't too much volume here. If we put this on the daily again, I mean, there's not going to be much volume up here. So yeah, maybe you'll see some resistance around this point at 289 because there's a lot of support and resistance over here in this area. But I'm not going to go ahead and mark that now. I'll wait. First, I want to see us clear these hurdles. Now, as to Bitcoin, again, this is on the daily. Yeah, the Stoke RSI is extremely low, and the RSI is, at a fairly low point too. So I believe, we've pretty much seen the end of this dump. I hope so, at least. If we go to the 4-hour chart, this is where I drew this. Here, I'm going to get rid of this real quick. This is where I drew this trend line. And it does appear we have broken out. As you can see, today it looks like we got support off this trend line. And like I said in previous videos, 63.34, it's an important area. So we need to get above that, but we need to maintain the support as well. Now, yesterday we got a quite large bounce, but today, we haven't been able to maintain where we opened up at. So we opened today 62,600 really, and we're about $450 down from that. So let's hope we can start pushing towards this resistance. But after that, it's 65.5, and then that infamous trend line that I drew way back, I don't know how many weeks now, but we will have to get above that trend line. And after that, we can talk more specifics. But yeah, guys, I do think that we're pretty much at the bottom of this dump, but I just can't guarantee it. The geopolitical situation, is very delicate right now. And anyways, the Bitcoin halving, if we're going to look at this real quick, it's 1 day and 8 hours. It appears at about 5:26 in the morning check time on Saturday. Bitcoin will have its halving. So yeah, there's only 220 blocks remaining, and we'll see, guys. Don't expect a big push with Bitcoin immediately. Probably you're going to see sideways action for at least a month or so. But anyways, guys, that's what Stacks looks like. And Bitcoin at the moment. Now, Bitcoin is dumping a little bit at the moment, but we'll see, guys. I think it'll get a bounce here, but hopefully nothing has happened while I'm making this video. Anyways, if you like this video, like, subscribe, activate the bell, and I'll see you guys in the next one.